What up, everybody? I'm Coach Mims, and welcome to another segment of In Between Sets. Today, I have with me, well, I'm going to let him introduce himself. So introduce yourself.
My name's Trey Hamlin, and I play for Caravel Academy.
He a little camera shy, but we're going to bring that out of him. He was our Friday night's golden ticket winner. So today, we're going to talk about his game, and we're just going to talk ball. We're going to talk football. So listen to this intro, and we'll be right back. All right. So this is the first play. So Trey, like we always do in between sets, I'm going to play the tape. We're gonna let the tape roll with the first play. You're gonna tell me what type of not exactly what type of formation in, but tell me what you've seen from the defense, and then we're gonna talk about it. And then I'm gonna give you my opinion of what I think that should have happened or could have happened. All right. So let's roll the first tape. Okay. So on that one, they had you going in motion, and then tell us what happened.
So on that play, it was a handoff, Jordan. So we had to go in motion, and so during that week of practice, we get the DN,
Okay.
double team the DN, but we trusted our tight ends to get the DN 1-on-1. So we was gonna go to second level.
Okay.
So I had to go get the outside or inside backer.
Okay.
And had to stay engaged so we can seal the edge and get our running back out to the outside.
Okay. So once again, I'm gonna tell you what I seen. I seen a lot of push from their front line, and your front line didn't get a good enough push for that play to happen. But throughout the course of the game, and you guys will see they got a little bit better with that. But this was at the beginning of the game. They didn't get quite the push that they needed up front for that particular play to break and have more yardage. I think that was like 3.5 yards gain. So, all right, let's look at the next one. All right. So, what coverage were you guys in?
We were in cover 2.
You was in cover 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you see? What did you saw pre-snap in cover 2 to make you sit on that right there?
So that practice, we know quarterback when outside receiver has a fade, he just throws it up to the spot, not to like the guy itself. And for the play, I saw a quarterback look at the outside receiver, did a hand motion. So when the ball snapped, I saw the inside receiver just look and barely get off the ball, so I knew she's gonna go right to the fade. So I just bailed out right there.
Okay. I saw you. You played everything perfect. You sat on it. You dropped to your zone. A lot of times with young players like you, you get a little bit too ball hungry, too greedy. So you try to attack up top first. But you simply dropped in your zone. You stayed there. You did a beautiful job of just sitting in your zone. A lot of people don't know in cover 2, you just got your zone. Just do your job. You don't need to break zone to try to attack the ball more. You just need to sit in your zone and beautiful things that happen like that happened. You did a good, what I like most about that, you did a good job of just going up and get it. You didn't wait for it. You played the ball perfect. You went up and got it. And a lot of times young players like you'll, because it's coming, you're like, oh, okay, it's mine. You guys are sit. You didn't sit. You went up and got it. And I love that. That was a beautiful thing. Okay, we're going to roll the next one. Okay, this is a nice kick return here. Boom. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. So I'm a special team guys. I love special teams. So you were playing on the right side on that, right?
Yeah.
So you were R3 or R4. That's what we call it.
We call it just gunner. Just go right for the ball.
Okay, so yeah, you ain't been taught the right way. But that's okay. So you was the quote unquote gunner on that. So you didn't break stride. You stayed in your lane. I love that, and you just went and attacked the ball, and that was good coverage downfield. So most important on special teams, you have a lot of guys, they break their lanes, and what happens when a guy breaks his lane, he creates a hole. You know what I'm saying? So the most important things when you're playing, and you're going to play a lot of this when you first get to college, if that's a dream of yours, if that's a goal of yours, you are going to start off playing a lot of special teams. So it's good to see that early in your game that you got a nose for the football and attack, and you're disciplined to stay in your lane. That's really, really, really good. Okay, let's roll the next one. Okay, let's roll that back a little bit. Okay. Tell us what that play was, because that I was sitting in the stands and I was just like, when I saw the first player come towards you, that was a bubble screen. So when I saw that corner cheated up and he came and you caught it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not a good play. And you did extremely good job of shaking and getting away. So explain yours. Explain your explanation for that play.
So when the ball snapped, I take like a couple steps up and I come back for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta trust my inside receiver, my outside receiver to block the corner and block the outside backer.
Okay.
So they didn't line right to that play because they had only 3 people over there.
Right.
At practice, they usually put 4 to our 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's always gonna be one open man, but everybody was like blocked. So when I caught the ball, when I looked upfield, I saw the one guy coming. I knew how to make him miss. And once I made him miss, I was like, gotta get out.
And you turned it up.
Yeah.
You turned it up. And I don't know exactly, for the football people that's watching this, a bubble screen can be good and it can be really, really, really bad. And like Trey said, he saw the ratio of what it was for his blocking, and it was just one guy that wasn't accounted for. And that's the guy that came up and tried to make the tackle on him, but he made him miss. He did an athletic play. He made him miss, and he took that 65 yards. That is extremely, extremely impressive. Man, it is nothing more. You can't even correct that. I can't say anything bad about it. That was some top-notch level running right there, brother. That was next level. I love that. I love to see guys really showing off their athletic ability and really making a play, making something out of nothing. That was absolutely awesome. All right, let's look at this next play. Okay, so talk about that a little bit. I seen you coming downhill, making a game saving. I think they were going for what, 2 points on that, or was that a touchdown? They didn't score yet, right?
It was the one after that.
Okay, there was one after that. So I seen you came down and made a pretty good tackle, gang tackle, and that's what it's about when you're playing defense. It's about gang tackling. It's not about necessarily individual tackle. It's about everybody swarming to the ball. You did a good job of swarming to the ball on that particular play. All right, let's roll the next play. So that's you going in motion, inside handoff. Okay. So that was the last play. So let's talk about that last play.
So that last play, it was like a sweep.
Okay.
So when I got the handoff, had to hit the edge and follow my blockers.
Okay.
And then it was like third down, like first down, like 20. So I was making sure we got enough yards. So the next play we'd be able to get the first down.
Mm-hmm.
In the next couple plays, be able to get the first down and keep driving the ball down the field.
Okay.
But usually every time I touch the ball, I want to score. I try to score.
Hey, you got to have that mindset. The only thing I would critique about that a little bit, you did a good job of stretching the play, but you got to pick a lane and follow it. So remember, you did a good job of stretching it, got some good yardage, but you got to pick a lane, boom, hit it. I believe if you would have did that, that would have been a touchdown because all of them were over pursuing towards the sideline. So if you would have cut back, found a lane, and took it, you would have took that to the house. That was absolutely a good play, like you said. But to make it even a greater play, that's what I would have critiqued on that. If I were your coach and we were looking at film like we are now, those are the type of things that I would critique with you and have that in your mind for next practice. And those are things that you should work on when you're running those particular plays, especially in that formation where you're coming in motion across the formation. Okay. So I got 3 questions for you, and I always ask these 3 questions to my guests. So the first question going to be, at the beginning of the year, what 3 main goals did you set? And do you feel as though you're on the road to achieving those goals?
So the first one was to make all district again for DV.
Okay.
Second one was to make all state. Then the third one was to get the state championship.
Okay. So do you feel like you're on the road, you're doing what you need to do as a player and as a teammate to get to those particular goals?
For the Team 1 state championship, yeah, because right now we haven't let up no pass and touchdown. And as playing as DB, I make sure my secondary is be good. We have 3 interceptions so far out of 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the all district, all state one, played 3 games, 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm trying to go for 1 touchdown, one or more touchdowns per game.
Okay.
And on track to have more than 10.
Nice. Okay. So my second question is, you're an offensive player, and I always ask offensive players this game. Do you feel as though, and when you were in camp, do you feel as though you created some type of bond with your linemen?
With the offensive lineman?
Yeah, offensive lineman. Yeah.
During at practice, I'm always on my I'm always on the tackles, because really the blind side tackle. Because if our quarterback's dropping back and he has to step up into the pocket, that means tacklers are getting pressured.
Mm-hmm.
That means he can't stay back there. He has to step up and harder ball to throw. And now the D tackles are right in his face, put their hands up. Mm-hmm. So I make sure our tackles are standing their ground, make sure they don't get pushed back so far. And then sometimes when they do get beat on practice, you just get on top of them the next play to get the pancake, and they're good from then.
There you go. I like it. A lot of people don't understand the inside interior guys. You can't do what you do without those guys. And in my opinion, linemen are the most important players on the field. And me being an ex receiver and being an ex kick returner, I always created bond with my offensive guys, my guys up front. I always took care of them. I always made sure when I did interviews or anything like that, that I shouted those guys out and I made them feel like they were a part of what happened. They are a part of what happened in my success. So you always want to shout those guys out. So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to shout those guys out right now and let them know.
So on the left tackle, you have Priest Jones, 57. On left guard, you have Owen Robinson, 55. Our center, Chase Armstrong, 72. Right guard, Alex Hoff, 69. Then our right tackle is Davion Tuck, 51.
And I'm going to say this, and we got the third question. For him to name you guys by number and by name, He truly has a level of respect for you guys. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you for keeping that bond with those guys. And I know those guys are going to do whatever they got to do to make sure that you can make a play. So my third and final question is, if I was a college recruiter right now and I came to you and I'm interviewing you to possibly sign you to come to college and play at my college, give me 2 great things about you and give me 1 bad thing that you know you got to work on, and it's an everyday process for you to work on that 1 bad thing.
It would be, so the 2 great things is I love the work. I don't care if someone's older than me or bigger than me. I'm always going to try my hardest. And then the 1 bad thing is, I guess, like, it'll be like when it's time like trying to block, and I gotta stay engaged a lot more. Even though like the linebackers are hard to block, still just gotta stay engaged, try my best. And blocking downfield open space, it's hard too.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a solution for that. So when I was in college and I wasn't a really good blocker, it wasn't until I turned pro that one of my receiver coaches, he sit me down there for 2 days to block with the linemen. So during specialties, you know, we have specialties and receivers go over here, linebackers go over here, linemen go here. I wasn't allowed to go with the receivers for 2 days. For 2 days, I had to go down there with the linemen and block linemen for 2 days. That gave me a new perspective of what it is and the techniques it is to block. So I'm going to say to you, if you have an opportunity and if you can talk to your coach, be like, Coach, when we go to individuals, I would like to go down there with the linemen and learn how to block. Those guys are going to teach you the secrets, the art of blocking. Because you are who you are, they're going to tell you what foot to step with, how to get your pad level low, and who to block. So if I can give you any advice, I would give you that advice right there. Spend a day or 2 down there with the linemen when it's time to go individual, and you will become one of the best blockers there is, because I became one of the best blockers there is by being down there with those guys. Trey, it was awesome. Good luck on the rest of the season. It was awesome to see you in person. I saw you in person the first game of the season, but I didn't really get to like home in and really. So when I go to a game, I kind of like, when I see a player do something exciting real quick, my eye is totally focused on him because I want to see what he do throughout that game. You caught my eye a little bit, but what Jordan did in that first game really caught my eye. And I'm not saying that just because I trained him. Like, he could have easily won the golden ticket again this week, as you know. But I said, no, we're not going to do that. My eye was totally focused on you. When you ran that route and caught that bubble screen, I was just like, it took it to the house for 65 yards. I was like, my eyes was locked on you for the rest of the night. And then you just put the icing on the cake when you went up top and got that interception. But anyway, awesome to meet you. I hope to see you again on the show. Man, good luck on the rest of the season. You guys are definitely rolling and clicking on all cylinders. I hope you guys keep that together. Okay. Listen. That was one of a legendary interview that I had with Trey. Awesome. I thank him for being on the show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is called In Between Sets. And we will definitely see you on the next episode. Peace.